Hi! Well, Christmas is a time of season that means a lot to many people all over the world. Though it is not called Christmas in all parts of the world, it is celebrated as other names. So here are a few. We'll start with Sweden. Sweden is called Good Jul. Good Jul to the people in Sweden and most people in Scandinavian countries honor St. Lucia, also known as St. Lucy, each year on December 13th. The celebration of St. Lucy Day began in Sweden, but had spread to Denmark and Finland by the mid-19th century. In these countries, the holiday is considered the beginning of Christmas season, and as such is sometimes referred to as the Yuletide, Little Yule. Traditionally, the oldest daughter in the family rises early, wakes each of the family members, dresses in a long white gown with red sash and wearing a crown made of twigs, and 9 lighted candles. For the day she is called Lucy, or Lucy Bruden, Lucy Bride. The family then eats breakfast in a room lighted with candles. Any shooting or fishing done on Lucia Day was done by torchlight, and people brightly illuminated their homes. At night, men, women, and children carry torches in a parade. The night will end when everyone throws their torch into a large pile of straw, creating a huge bonfire. In Finland today, one girl is chosen to serve as a national Lucia, and she is honored in a parade in which she is surrounded by torchbearers. Light is a main theme in the St. Lucia Day, as her name, which is derived from the Latin word lux, means light. Her feast day is celebrated near the shortest day of the year, which the sun's light again begins to strengthen. Finland is called Hava Joyval. Many Finns visit the sauna on Christmas Eve. Families gather and listen to National Peace of Christmas radio broadcast. It is customary to visit the grave sites of the departed family members. Norway is Gledig Jul. Norway is the birthplace of the Yule log. The ancient Norse used the Yule log in their celebrations as a return of the sun of winter solstice. Yule came from the Norse word Yule, meaning wheel. The Norse believed the sun was a great wheel of fire that rolled towards and then away from the earth. Germany. Fräulein Weihnachten. The tradition of decorating Christmas trees comes from Germany. Decorating evergreen trees has always been a part of Germans' winter solstice tradition. The first Christmas trees, explicitly decorated and named after the Christian holiday, appeared in Strasbourg, part of Alsace, in the beginning of the 17th century. After 1750, Christmas trees began showing up in other parts of Germany, and even more after 1771, when Johann Wolfgang von Goethe visited Strasbourg and promptly included a Christmas tree in his novel, The Suffering of a Young Werther. Mexico! Feliz Navidad! Feliz Navidad! Okay, their name for Christmas is Feliz Navidad. In 1828, the American minister to Mexico, Joel R. Poinsett, began a red and green plant from Mexico to America, and its coloring seemed perfect for the new holiday. The plants, which were called poinsettias after Poinsett, began appearing in greenhouses as early as 1830, and in 1870, New York stores began to sell them at Christmas. By 1900, they were a universal symbol of the holiday. In Mexico, they do papier-mâché sculptures called piñatas, filled with candy and coins that are usually hung from the ceiling. Children take turns hitting the piano until it breaks, sending a shower of treats to the floor. Children race to gather as much loot as they can. In England, It's called Happy Christmas. Christmas cards can be traced back to England. An Englishman named John Callcott Horsley helped to popularize the tradition of sending Christmas greeting cards when he began producing small cards featuring festive scenes and pre-written holiday greetings in the late 1830s. Newly efficient post offices in England and the United States made the cards nearly overnight sensation. And Celtic and Teutonic people had long considered mistletoe to have magic powers. It is said to have the ability to heal wounds and increase fertility. Celts hung mistletoe in their homes in order to bring themselves good luck and ward off evil spirits. They also have Christmas pudding. Christmas pudding, also known as figgy pudding or plum pudding, is an English dish dating back to the Middle Ages. Sweat, flour, sugar, raisins, nut and spices are tied loosely in cloth and boiled until the ingredients are plumb, meaning they have enlarged enough to fill the cloth. It is then unwrapped, sliced like cake, and topped with cream. Caroling also began in England. Wandering musicians would travel from town to town, visiting castles and homes of the rich. In return for their performances, the musicians hoped to receive a hot meal or money. That is cool. In the United States and England, children hanging stockings on their bedposts or near a fireplace on Christmas Eve hoped that it would be filled with treats while they slept. In Scandinavia, similar-minded children leave their shoes on the hearth. This tradition can be traced to legends about St. Nicholas. One legend tells of 3 poor sisters who could not marry because they had no money for a dowry. To save them from being sold by their father, St. Nick left each of the 3 sisters gifts of gold coins. One went down the chimney and landed in a pair of shoes that had been left on the hearth. Another went into the window and into a pair of stockings left by the fire to dry. France. Joyeux Noël. In France, Christmas is called Noël. This comes from the French phrase Les bonnes nouvelles, which means the good news, and refers to the gospel. In southern France, some people burn a log in their homes from Christmas Eve until New Year's Day. This stems from an ancient tradition in which farmers would use part of a log to ensure good luck for the next year's harvest. Italy. Buon Natale. Italians call Christmas Il Natale, meaning the birthday. Australia. In Australia, the holiday comes in the middle of the summer, and it's not unusual for some parts of Australia to hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit on Christmas Day. During the warm and sunny Australian Christmas season, beach time and outdoor barbecues are common. Traditional Christmas Day celebrations include family gatherings, exchanging gifts, and either a hot meal with ham, turkey, pork, seafood, or barbecues. Ukraine. Their name is Srozvan Kristavan. Ukrainians prepare a traditional 12-course meal. The family's youngest child watches through the window. For the evening star to appear, a signal that the feast can begin. Canada. More Canadian Christmas traditions are similar to the practiced in the United States. In the far north of the country, indigenous Inuits celebrate a winter festival called Sinuktuk, which features parties with dancing and exchanging of gifts. Greece. Kala Christoiana. In Greece, many people believe that Kali Kazeni or goblins appear to cause mischief during the 12 days of Christmas. Gifts are usually exchanged on January 1st, St. Bastile's Day. Central America. Central America, a manger scene is a primary decoration in most southern European, Central American, and South American nations. St. Francis of Assisi created the first living nativity in 1224 to help explain the birth of Jesus to his followers. Jamestown, Virginia, according to reports by Captain John Smith, the first eggnog made in the United States was consumed in his 1607 Jamestown settlement. Nog comes from the word grog, which refers to any drink made with rum. Anyways, you guys, there you have it. Christmas in a nutshell. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year's, a Happy Holiday, season's greetings, and all the above. Much love.